The ancient Silk Road was not just one route, but a network of trade paths used by merchants travelling between China and East Asia and Europe from 130 BC to 1450 C. It was one of the earliest long-distance trade systems, stretching about 6,437 kilometres and passing through difficult landscapes such as the Gobi Desert and the Pamir Mountains. These routes helped turn Central Asia into an early centre of global interaction, where cultures, religions, goods and ideas from East and West were mixed. Today, a modern version of this system exists called Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, often described as the new Silk Road. Launched in 2013, the project aims to connect East Asia with Europe through large-scale infrastructure such as roads, railways and ports. The initiative has since expanded beyond Asia and Europe to include Africa, Oceania and parts of Central and South America. China invests heavily in the project, spending around $7 billion each year. This funding is divided between direct investments and construction projects, many of which are supported by loans from Chinese companies. China's main objectives for the BRI include securing major trade routes that can compete with Western influence, especially the influence of the United States of America, expanding China's economic and political influence around the world, opening new international markets for large Chinese state-owned construction companies, promoting economic development in China's less developed central regions. More than 70 economies are located along the BRI transport corridors. These economies account for about 40% of global merchandise exports. Infrastructure projects under the BRI are estimated to cost around $575 billion. When completed, the project could reduce travel times by about 12%, increase trade by around 10%, and lift about 7.6 million people out of poverty. Many Western countries view the BRI with caution and sometimes see it as a potential threat. One major concern is the idea of debt trap diplomacy. This refers to situations where developing countries take on large loans for infrastructure projects and then struggle to repay them. In some cases, this debt may give China greater influence over those countries. A well-known example is the Hambantota port in Sri Lanka. After the Sri Lankan government was unable to repay the loans used to rebuild the port, it agreed in 2017 to lease the port to a Chinese company for 99 years. Giving China a strategically located port in the Indian Ocean. I hope this has been useful. If it has, please do give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.